To earn money for my younger sister's surgery, I plotted to kidnap some clueless rich second-generation heir. Unexpectedly, this particular heir was suffering from depression and attempted suicide daily. To prevent her from taking her own life, I had to keep my eyes glued to her every second of every minute. Then one day, she looked at me with earnest sincerity and warmth. I wanted to die before, but now every time I see you, I eagerly look forward to tomorrow. Wait a minute, something felt off. I'm the kidnapper, yet not only have I not earned a single penny, but I've also thrown myself into this mess. My name is Sam, an amateur kidnapper, broke as can be. I desperately craved money, extremely desperately. So I recklessly kidnapped the youngest daughter of CEO Lee of Lee Corporation, Lily Lee of Yendin, demanding a ransom of $500,000. Who knew this rich second-generation lady was actually depressed? Before I could even extort any money, this nemesis tried to end her life every other day. Rescuing her was exhausting. Finally, one day, she said, "I won't kill myself anymore." Or, "Why don't you just kill me? I am a kidnapper with professional ethics. Absolutely no killing without reason. But I truly, truly needed money." After thinking it over, I decided to humor her. Then it'll cost extra. However, as a rookie kidnapper, I still couldn't bring myself to kill her. Lily Lee was indeed a typical rich second-generation beauty, stunningly gorgeous, red lips, white teeth, beautiful to an unbelievable degree. In all my life, I'd never met a girl as beautiful. Because I hadn't experienced much, I couldn't help but want to get touchy-feely with her. Lily Lee was often gloomy, sometimes crying for no reason. I thought I must have made her cry. I felt genuinely guilty, anxiously comforting her. "Don't be scared. I kidnapped you just for ransom, not to kill you. How much are you asking for?" Her voice was very clear and sweet. I held up 5 fingers, 500,000. Hearing this, she lowered her eyes, seeming dissatisfied with the price. I said, "Then I'll lower the price." She shook her head. "Then you reduce it." She said sorrowfully, "Indeed, I am worthless." She questioned me back. "Do you really think I'm only worth 500,000? I felt like she was putting on an act. I hesitated. "Then 5 million? She sighed, seemingly still finding it too cheap. After discussing the price, I sat down to write the 13th ransom letter to CEO Lee of Lee Corporation, asking Lily Lee while writing, "Why hasn't your dad sent the money yet? Could it be that he also thinks my price is too low? The world of the rich, I really don't understand, but I'm also stunned. I don't know how your dad writes his name. Read it to me." She cleared her throat, then started to read. Family name Lee. "Dear Mr. Lee, how have you been lately? I have kidnapped your youngest daughter, Lily Lee. Please transfer 500,000 to my account 6216B. Thank you. Do not report to the police, otherwise, I will kill her before the police arrive. How is it? Is there any problem? Not fierce enough. How should I write it?" I handed the pen and paper over. "Or, how about you help me write it?" Lily Lee reluctantly agreed. All right. I intended to untie her, but then thought, what if she runs away? I won't run. I still hesitated, not daring to untie her. "I really won't run," she added. "Chinese people don't deceive Chinese people." Okay then. Because of this sentence, I trusted her, untying her. She rubbed her numb arms, then picked up the pen. It must be said, she was not only beautiful, but her handwriting was also extremely beautiful. How could there be such a perfect person in this world? But the ransom letter she wrote was like this. "Old man, your daughter is in my hands. 500,000, transfer to the account below, quickly. Not a penny less, don't even think about it. Don't report to the police, or I will kill her." Is writing like this okay, Lily? I looked at the ransom letter, pondering. Writing like this is fierce enough. I thought for a while, finding what she said made sense. Just as I was about to put the letter into the envelope, she said again, "How about we ask for 5 million? I feel I'm worth more than just 500,000. I resolutely shook my head. "No, I only need 500,000. I decided to send the letter the next day, but that night, I had a dream. I dreamt that I was arrested by the police, and Lily Lee's dad roared beside me. "I transferred to you 13 times, each time 500,000. Then can you ask for it just once? Installments should also inform me." I burst into tears. "Sorry, I forgot to turn on bank message alerts." I startled awake, drenched in sweat. Lily Lee, I woke her up. She rubbed her sleepy eyes, asking, "What? What's wrong? I think I forgot to turn on bank message alerts." Oh my God, Lily Lee, perfect, no longer perfect anymore. From the day I kidnapped her to this hilltop warehouse, half a month had passed. I hadn't discovered this girl was actually so meticulous. This morning, I planned to go send the ransom letter, but Lily Lee insisted on taking a bath. There was no other way. I had to lead her to the stream to bathe. She scrubbed for nearly half an hour. It was hard work before she came back. Just after tying her up, she again asked me to tie her shoelaces. Your shoelaces aren't already tied? The butterfly knots on both sides aren't even. Looks uncomfortable. I adjusted her shoelaces, then went out to send the letter, conveniently turning on bank message alerts. I checked my balance. No 500,000 yet. But just as I left the bank, I saw two police officers in the distance. I jumped in fright. They're not here to arrest me, are they? I hastily ran back into the bank, hiding behind the door, cautiously peeking out. I saw the police officers holding a photo, asking passersby, "Have you seen this person?" The passersby looked at the photo, shook their heads, "Haven't seen them. If I see this person, remember to report to the police immediately." The passerby was full of righteousness. What crime did this person commit? "I've practiced martial arts for several years. I can help you catch him." Saying this, he even rolled up his sleeves, showing off his muscles. The police officer seriously refused. "No, this is a vicious kidnapper, kills people without batting an eye. Absolutely must not act rashly. Must report to the police." Hearing this, I was scared out of my wits. What to do now? The police are here to arrest me. I'm going to jail. Waiting for the police to walk far away, I then dared to sneak out, scared so much I peed my pants, not daring to send the ransom letter anymore. Head down, running back to the warehouse. Lily Lee, what should we do now?" As soon as I got back to the place, I ran over to hug Lily Lee tightly, bursting into tears. I thought if she wasn't tied up, she probably would have pushed me away. "What's wrong?" she asked me. "The police are here to arrest me. What should I do?" I said while wiping away tears. I saw with my own eyes, the police were holding my photo, asking everywhere. "Oh no," Lily Lee calmly said. "Maybe my dad reported to the police." Hearing this, I cried even louder. "Your dad reported to the police? Then I should kill you." "Right, I should kill you. I'll kill you right now." I took out a knife from my backpack, put it around Lily Lee's neck. She closed her eyes, waiting for me to slit her throat, but my hands were trembling, unable to hold it steady. I hastily threw away the knife. "Go away. I can't do it." Lily Lee seemed disappointed. Just as I was crying so hard my nose was running, Lily Lee suddenly asked, "How did the police ask the passersby?" I hiccuped as I recounted everything. Lily Lee's face was full of black lines. "Relax, they're not here to arrest you." "How is that possible? I'm a kidnapper. Vicious, kills people without batting an eye. Are you worthy?" Although unworthy, hearing Lily Lee say this, I also felt somewhat relieved. I went to the stream to wash my face. Suddenly, a WeChat message rang. It was from my younger sister, Luna. "Brother, today the nurse taught me how to fold paper boats. When are you coming back? I want to fold paper boats with you. Brother will be back soon. Luna, must be good and listen to the doctor, understand?" Understood. I put away my phone, picked up some firewood, intending to go back to boil water for instant noodles, but when I carried the firewood back, I saw Lily Lee rummaging through my backpack. "How did you untie yourself?" She didn't look up, taking out a rice cracker from my backpack. "Untied myself to be more comfortable." "Why are you back so early?" "I haven't even had time to tie myself up again." "Henry, the snacks in my backpack just mysteriously disappeared. I thought I ate them and forgot." "You've got this ability. Why didn't you take advantage of me being away to run away?" She ate crackers while saying, "Why must you be so arrogant and conceited? With you here, I can also run." I was dejected, feeling utterly defeated. Lily Lee finished eating the crackers, then tore open a bag of potato chips, seeming bored. She suddenly asked me, "What's your name?" "Sam. I advise you to wash your hands and quit. You're not suited for this profession." "I'm only doing this one job." I asked the question that had been buried for so long. "Why are you always so sad?" "Because I have depression." I suddenly realized, so that's it. No wonder you keep trying to kill yourself. She corrected my wording, seeking death. I heard patients with depression are very miserable. It's a mental illness with a very high suicide rate. I comforted her. I heard people with money won't have worries anymore. You should feel lucky that you have everything. Lily Lee, don't be sad anymore. Thank you for your useless comfort. Because Lily Lee had the superpower to untie herself, I didn't tie her up anymore, completely relying on her self-consciousness. At night, I tossed and turned, thinking about Luna saying she missed me. I just wanted to immediately fly to the hospital to see her. Or should I go back to see her tomorrow? I thought so, then gradually fell asleep. But just after falling asleep for a while, I was awakened by itching, truly itching to the point of madness. I tossed and turned continuously, unable to sleep. Why is it so itchy? I scratched while picking up my phone to Google. Hives? Doesn't look like it. Psoriasis? Also not. Kidney failure? Let's see. Definitely. These past few days, I was worried Lily Lee would run away, watching her all day long, sometimes even wanting to go to the bathroom. I didn't have time, holding it in until I was about to explode. I was struck by lightning, my whole body stunned, my mind blank. Lily Lee seemed to be awakened by my noise. What's wrong? Still not asleep? I feel itchy and uncomfortable all over. Googled it, and it says it's kidney failure. I'm almost about to cry. What should I do? Lily Lee, am I going to die? I still don't want to die. How long has it been since you last showered? From the day I kidnapped you until now, never showered once. Isn't it because I'm afraid you'll run away? Go take a shower. Showering will stop the itching. Sure enough, after showering, I felt refreshed. The itching also stopped. The next day, I woke up very early, seeing Lily Lee was still sleeping soundly. To avoid waking her up, I didn't even rinse my mouth after brushing my teeth. Even eating potato chips, I had to keep them in my mouth before daring to answer the phone. It was my best friend, Ben, calling. As soon as I answered, he probed. Big shot, Sam. Big shot, my ass. Where the hell did you run off to these past few days? Do you know Luna misses you so much? I've been a bit busy lately. I'll come to the hospital right away. Saying this, I hung up, rushing to the hospital. At the hospital, Ben was watching cartoons with Luna. Seeing me come, Luna rushed over to hug me tightly. Brother, I miss you so much. You really came back. Am I not dreaming? I squatted down, looking straight into her eyes, pinching her cheek. Not dreaming. Have you been listening to the doctor lately? Still afraid of injections? Not afraid anymore. I'm grown up. I can protect brother now. Just as my brother-sister bond was getting intimate, Ben angrily pulled me out of the ward, questioning. You heartlessly abandoned your younger sister, disappeared for half a month. What the hell were you doing? I went to earn money. Earn what money that you disappeared without a trace? I just slightly tested the criminal law. I lowered my voice. I kidnapped the daughter of C.O. Lee of Lee Corporation. He gaped, shocked. How did you even do that? You stop it right now. At this moment, Luna ran over, urging me to fold paper boats. So the three of us sat on the hospital bed, folding paper boats together. My hands and feet were clumsy. I had to ask Ben, is folding like this right? Fold it backwards. You stop it right now. After a while, I asked Ben again, where's the mast of the boat in the middle? How to fold that? That part must be folded backwards. Then pull once, and it's done. You stop it right now. After folding the paper boat, Luna watched cartoons for a while, then got too tired and fell asleep. I should also go back to the warehouse. Ben and I said goodbye at the hospital gate. Ben's eyes were brimming with tears. I thought he was reluctant to part with me. Who knew he actually said this? Does this count as harboring a criminal? Relax, if I get arrested, I'll sever ties with you. Won't implicate you. He looked gloomy, pointing at the Audi logo. Do you see the 4 rings? Looks like 2 pairs of handcuffs, doesn't it? 1 pair for you, 1 pair for me. Doesn't look like it. After parting with Ben, I went back to the warehouse, but when I got back to the place, Lily Lee was nowhere to be seen. I searched around, still couldn't find her shadow. Could it be that she ran away? Definitely went to report to the police. Just as I was anxiously jumping up and down, wiping away tears, I saw Lily Lee pulling a 24-inch suitcase from afar, coming back. I was both happy and angry. Where did you run off to? Made me search to death. Went home to get some clothes to change and wash. I wiped away tears as I said, then why did you come back? We are kidnapping with integrity. If you don't release me, I won't go. Don't cry anymore. Cried away all the majesty of a kidnapper. Luckily, Lily Lee came back. Otherwise, I probably would have had to turn myself in. I felt Lily Lee had the qualities of a virtuous wife. From when she returned home, pulling a huge suitcase, she started to renovate the old warehouse. She cleaned up her sleeping area neatly, even used discarded wooden boards to make a shoe rack, and even strung up clotheslines outside the warehouse. After a while, she went to patch the broken windows, hanging curtains. I watched her work, stunned. Lily Lee, are you planning to stay here forever? After you extort 500,000, then I'll leave. I felt a little touched. Thank you for helping me extort money. What are you talking about? She finished hanging the curtains, her body covered in sweat, took a bottle of body wash, and went to the stream to bathe. My phone rang. Glancing at it, it was a bank message alert. 500,000 arrived? My heart thumped, hands trembling. I held my breath, excitedly clicking into the message, but it was actually a deduction notification for VIP membership renewal. Just as I looked up to the sky, sighing, wanting to cry but no tears came out, there was a phone ringing, not mine. I was curious, following the ringing, finally found the source in Lily Lee's suitcase. My heart jumped to my throat. When did she get a phone? Could it be that she secretly called the police? I picked up her phone, saw a missed call from Kim Doctor. Then this person sent a WeChat message. Why not answer the phone? Followed by another message. Planning to send your medicine. Then send it where? Medicine? What medicine? I curiously checked the chat history between the two. Turned out Lily Lee had always been carrying her phone with her. Damn it, I was too inexperienced. Forgot to check if she had a phone or not. I regretted it immensely, wanting to slap myself in the face. The most recent contact between her and Kim was yesterday. Lily Lee, what the hell are you doing? Already went home, still coming back for what? I feel like it. Who is that kidnapper? Just a handsome kidnapper. Whatever. Oh, well, if you forgot to bring anything, send a location, I'll send it to you tomorrow. Then Lily Lee sent a location. The address was a pickup point near the foot of the mountain warehouse. Write this address. It's convenient for me to go quickly and come back quickly, or should I write your home address? Okay, no, my home is too far. If he doesn't see it, he'll think I went to report to the police, scared to the point of crying to death. Suddenly, the phone rang again. I startled, accidentally answered the phone. The other end, Kim Doctor said, Lily Lee, you finally answered the phone. Lily Lee, why aren't you talking? Damn it, could something have happened? I'm reporting to the police right now. I hurriedly replied. No, she's not here. I'm the kidnapper. Hello, Dr. Kim. My name is Sam, just call me Dr. Sam. I beg you. Doctor, please don't report to the police. Lily Lee said she would help me extort money from her dad. I won't hurt her, I promise. I won't report to the police. Let Lily Lee answer the phone. She just exercised a lot, went out to bathe. The other end, Kim Doctor stammered. Well, then I won't disturb you two anymore. Saying this, hung up. At this time, Lily Lee came back, holding a wet dress in her hand, hanging it on the clothesline. I held the phone, ran out. Lily Lee, sorry, I secretly looked at your phone, but why did you hide your phone? Not tell me. We said kidnapping with integrity, right? I'm not afraid you'll misunderstand that I reported to the police, am I? What if you use the phone to locate and escape? We chat. If I run away, I'll tell you. She was truly a self-conscious hostage, making a kidnapper like me worry less. Because she had cleaned up the sleeping area during the day, at night, I shamelessly snuggled into her spot again. Lily Lee, you smell so good. It was truly fragrant, a faint fragrance, fresh and clean. Her strawberry-scented shampoo was also special. She flusteredly got up, moved to the side. In the darkness, she suddenly grabbed my hand, turned back, and talked to me for a while. So I obediently lay down again. Why did you kidnap me? I really need money. After getting the money, I won't kidnap you anymore. Lily Lee, are you your dad's biological daughter? Why has it been so long, and he still hasn't transferred the money? Maybe she's running around everywhere to gather money. Lee Corporation is so big, 500,000 isn't a small amount. Isn't a small amount. You say it yourself, do you believe it? I don't believe it. I suddenly thought of a problem, asked her again. Tell me, could it be that the ransom letter I wrote basically didn't reach your dad? No, she said decisively. No way. You're lying to me again, aren't you? She laughed. Didn't lie to you. Didn't you say Chinese people don't deceive Chinese people? I was speechless. I was a little angry, but because I was too sleepy, I sulked for a while, then fell asleep. But in the middle of the night, I was awakened by crying. I groggily opened my eyes. Under the faint moonlight, I saw Lily Lee hugging a pillow, crying. I sat up, sitting opposite her. I didn't understand depression, but I could tell she was very uncomfortable. Lily Lee. But she seemed to have lost all vitality, not even bothering to lift her eyelids. I didn't know what to do, only knew to silently sit beside her. I suddenly remembered Kim Doctor. Combined with Lily Lee's situation, maybe Kim was her doctor. I quietly took out Lily Lee's phone, went outside the warehouse, called Kim Doctor. Not long after, the other end answered. Finally willing to call me? How is it? Did the kidnapper untie her yet? Speak. What's the matter, doctor? Lily Lee is crying. I don't know what to do. Can you help her? The more I spoke, the more I wanted to cry. In the end, my voice choked up. She seemed surprised. Is that you? Don't panic. Depressed patients must pay attention to her emotional signals, suddenly becoming very bad. I couldn't hear clearly because the signal was choppy, so she and I didn't understand each other. My heart tightened. Lily Lee is going to commit suicide? I heard some depressed patients will commit suicide. Suicide? You said she's going to commit suicide? No. I said the signal is not good. I can't hear clearly. Send me a location. I'll come right away. Saying this, hung up. I hesitated. If she knows this place, would she report the police to arrest me? But if something happens to Lily Lee, then I'm truly guilty. So I gritted my teeth, sent the location to her. Returning to the warehouse, Lily Lee had changed to a different posture, still continuing to cry. I sat beside her, took her hand. Lily Lee, don't be scared. Kim Doctor is coming soon. Finally, she was willing to open her eyes to look at me, her voice hoarse. Sam. I didn't dare to leave half a step, afraid she would have suicidal thoughts. Not knowing how long later, Lily Lee finally stopped crying, then fell asleep. After a while, I heard movement outside the warehouse. I went outside to see, saw a young woman shining a flashlight. She walked closer. I could see her face clearly, wearing gold-rimmed glasses, looking very refined, about my age. Her mouth was muttering. What godforsaken place is this? Cars can't even drive up. Turned out refined people also curse. Surely this was Dr. Kim. She went straight to the point. Where's Lily Lee? Asleep. To avoid waking Lily Lee, she tiptoed into the warehouse. Seeing her sleeping soundly, she breathed a sigh of relief. I lowered my voice, asking, Doctor, is Lily Lee's condition dangerous? Moderate depression, still hope for recovery. I heard people with depression will have gloomy moods for a long time. Every time I'm in a bad mood, I can't even swallow food, feeling listless and helpless. It's really very difficult. I don't know how Lily Lee has overcome it. Why did you kidnap her? For money. Need a lot of money. For what? My younger sister is sick, needs a kidney transplant. She was silent for a moment, showing sympathy for my situation, then asked, which hospital is your younger sister hospitalized in? I told her the hospital name. She was a little surprised. Turned out she worked in the psychiatry department of that hospital. She was even enthusiastic, saying to me, later, if you encounter difficulties, just look for me. I was a little touched, my eyes welled up. She took out her phone, opened the WeChat QR code. Let's add each other on WeChat, okay? If there's any problem, just contact me. I wiped away tears, opened WeChat, scanned the code, then a loud ding sound. I startled, hurriedly lowered the volume, turned back to look. Lily Lee was sleeping soundly. Luckily, didn't wake her up. Dr. Kim gestured. I understood her meaning, afraid I would note her name as Kim Doctor. But just as we added each other, from behind came Lily Lee's slightly hoarse voice. You two are secretly adding each other on WeChat? Sounded like we were doing something shady. Lily Lee was angry at me for adding Dr. Kim on WeChat. Didn't speak to me all night. The next day, I woke up early. Dr. Kim was still sleeping, but Lily Lee was nowhere to be seen. My heart thumped. Last night, her condition was so bad. Could she have done something foolish? I didn't have time to think too much, immediately ran out to find her. Luckily, she was just sitting on a large rock outside the warehouse. I breathed a sigh of relief, walked to behind her, saw she was playing with a phone. That damn phone was mine. Saw her open WeChat, pinned Lily Lee's message to the top, then found Dr. Kim. Without hesitation, pressed the delete button. My fist clenched tightly. I was about to explode when I saw her take out another phone from her pocket, skillfully deleting me on Dr. Kim's WeChat. I gritted my teeth. Lily Lee. She startled, grabbed the phone, and ran away. Her legs were short, but I don't know what she ate. She ran extremely fast. I couldn't catch up. I intended to give up. Just as I turned around, I bumped into a person. I looked closely, saw a man around 50 years old, ordinary appearance. Lily Lee saw this, hurriedly ran over, shielding me. At this moment, from inside the warehouse, Dr. Kim's voice echoed. Because it was dark yesterday, I didn't see clearly. Now looking closely, oh my, pots and pans are all here. You two planning to start a family here? She stretched and yawned as she walked out. But when she saw the strange man's face, she froze. I was surprised to realize, behind the strange man, was a hunting rifle. He pointed the gun at us. Don't move. Don't report to the police. I pulled Lily Lee behind me. She was so scared she held her breath. The man used the gun to force us into the warehouse, confiscated our phones, turned them off, took out the SIM cards to prevent police from locating us. Dr. Kim swallowed, mustered up courage, said, Uncle, please let us go. Uncle, relax, we absolutely won't report to the police. Moreover, we don't know you. Also can't provide any information to the police. The man scoffed disdainfully. The police are hunting me everywhere. Everyone knows me. Yet you dare to say you don't know me. He was actually that vicious, ruthless, murderous criminal. I wanted to cry, but no tears came out. Too unlucky, too unlucky. Dr. Kim was silent for a moment. I'm not. I really don't recognize you, Uncle. Enough nonsense. The man pointed at me, then pointed at the rope on the ground. You tie these two up for me. Help me. I didn't dare to disobey. Had to pick up the rope, tying Dr. Kim and Lily Lee together. Then the man picked up another rope, tying me into the shape of a dumpling. He rummaged through my pockets, found the ransom letter Lily Lee wrote for me the day before. He looked at me with an unbelievable expression. You also do this profession? I nodded. He held up the letter. I'm worrying about not having money to escape. This 500,000, I'll take it. At this moment, I wanted to cry even more. So much hardship, money almost in hand, but flew away again. Give me your card, I stammered. In the backpack, corner of the wall over there. He walked over, violently dumped everything out of the backpack, found the bank card. Password, I honestly replied. My birthday. How would your dad know your birthday? At this moment, Lily Lee suddenly spoke. There's no money in the card. Taking it is useless. The man sneered. No money? You little kids playing games with me? Fine. I can help you call to extort money from your dad. Uncle doesn't believe me. Lily Lee asked. Uncle doesn't want to take money to escape? Then I'll also ask for money to spend. After receiving the money, Uncle must release us. The man still didn't believe us. Phones have all been confiscated by me. How can we report to the police? If we truly wanted to report to the police, we would have to risk going ourselves. Uncle, wait for us to go report. You'd already be long gone. The man seemed to waver, thought for a while, then said, All right then, but no calling anyone. Who knows what tricks you're playing on the phone? Send a message. I'll personally use your phone to send it. Lily Lee agreed without hesitation. The man used Lily Lee's phone to send a message, immediately turned off the phone, took out the SIM card. At night, my hands and feet were tied until they were numb, both tired and scared. Not knowing how long later, the man started snoring. I suddenly heard a very faint rustling sound. Under the faint moonlight, I saw Lily Lee had untied herself. She gestured silence to me and Dr. Kim, then carefully helped us untie ourselves. We tiptoed out of the warehouse, but when we were about to get out, Dr. Kim clumsily tripped over the pots and pans at the door, making a clanging sound. We were scared to the point of our hair standing on end. Who's there? Stop! The man was awakened, running out. Lily Lee shouted loudly, Run! We rushed out, holding hands, running frantically down the mountain. Stop, or I'll shoot. The man chased after us. Bang bang, 2 gunshots rang out. Luckily it was dark. The man couldn't see clearly, only shot randomly. After a while, behind us, there was no more sound. We thought we had shaken him off, Just as we were breathing a sigh of relief, Lily Lee suddenly shielded me. Bang! Lily Lee cried out in pain. I frantically looked back, saw the man, don't know from what path, had stood on a large rock in front to our left. We were quite far away. Lily Lee had been shot in the shoulder. To protect me, the man raised his gun again. Dr. Kim fearfully intended to hide, but slipped, her whole body about to fall down the mountain. She instinctively wanted to grab something, but grabbed my pants leg. So the three of us rolled down the mountainside. While rolling down the mountain, Lily Lee hugged me tightly, like a bag hanging on my body. I also hugged her in my arms. I only felt the world spinning. Beside my ears was the sound of branches tearing clothes. Finally, we stopped at a flat patch of land jutting out on the mountainside. It took me a while to recover, gently pushed away Lily Lee who was hugging me. She groaned in pain. I felt my hand sticky, looked closely, saw it was all blood. Lily Lee, you're bleeding. Don't scare me. I wailed miserably. Sam, don't cry, I won't die. Her voice was very weak. I hurriedly untied her from my body, gently laid her down on the ground. She frowned, her forehead covered in sweat, her face pale. I was extremely worried, hugged her, bursting into tears. Dr. Kim was also injured quite badly. Her glasses were lost, her arm had a long gash. Her face was also scratched. She tried to get up, roughly checked Lily Lee's wound. Luckily, it's okay. I wiped away tears. Dr. Kim, what should we do now? She also gradually calmed down. I also don't know. Never been so miserable before. What if that guy catches up? What I was most worried about was also this. Just as I finished speaking, a car drove past on the mountain road in the distance. We hastily cried for help, but because the distance was too far, the car had already sped away. Lily Lee's cough made me worried. I hiccuped as I asked, Lily Lee, do you feel uncomfortable anywhere? She was very weak, her face even paler. I'm okay. Relax, he won't chase after us. This place is very close to the foot of the mountain. He's wanted nationwide, doesn't dare to show his face, can only hide in the mountains. Saying this, she tremblingly raised her hand. Quick, use. I hurriedly grabbed her hand that was raised. Lily Lee, don't talk anymore. Save your strength. Dr. Kim saw this, also sobbed, wiping away tears beside me, crying like rain. Lily Lee, you must be okay. Otherwise, I'll feel guilty to death. Quick, use mine. She took a deep breath, tried to say, quick, use my smartwatch, report to the police. I thought it was just an ordinary watch, didn't expect it to have this function. I took off the watch, called 911. Police, I want to report a crime. The vicious, ruthless, murderous criminal you are hunting is near the old warehouse on the mountain. We were chased by him, rolled down the mountain. You guys come quickly to arrest him, otherwise, he'll run away. The police on the other end calmly replied, don't be afraid. We will come immediately. Please protect yourselves. If you encounter danger, call us again. After reporting to the police, I felt a little more at ease, but still very scared. Scared that guy would find us. Scared something would happen to Lily Lee. Dr. Kim and I just kept sobbing. Lily Lee frowned, sighed. You two crying is too annoying. As soon as we heard this, Dr. Kim and I immediately shut up, trying to stop crying. Not long after, the sound of ambulance sirens rang out. Because we were trapped on the mountainside, didn't know the situation outside, so could only wait for rescue. We were rescued and immediately taken to the hospital for examination. I had minor abrasions on my elbows and thighs. My arm was also dislocated. My ankle was fractured. My forehead was swollen with a big bump. But Lily Lee, not only was she shot, but her body was also a little scratched. Luckily, it was just a homemade hunting rifle, not very powerful, didn't pose a danger to life. I didn't dare to let Luna and Ben know about this. So even though we were in the same hospital, I didn't go to visit them. I was in a cast, dragged myself to Lily Lee and Dr. Kim's ward. As soon as I saw Lily Lee lying on the bed, I wanted to cry again. I came to sit beside her bed. Lily Lee, I'll cut some watermelon for you, okay? She waved her hand. The doctor forbade me from eating. Just as I was feeding watermelon to Lily Lee, Dr. Kim coughed twice, raised her arm that had just been stitched up in front of me. I also want to eat watermelon. Lily Lee threw a pillow at her. You eat shit. Sunlight streamed through the window, shining on Lily Lee's beautiful face. making her even more radiant. She was truly very, very beautiful, never tired of looking at her. I liked her too much. Suddenly, there was a knock on the door. It was 2 police officers. They came to invite us to give statements. "Sam, we have something we want to ask you," one police officer said. During the interrogation, the criminal confessed that you are also an accomplice in kidnapping. The other police officer took out an evidence bag. Inside was the ransom letter. My heart thumped. That's right. I am a kidnapper. I kidnapped Lily Lee, intending to extort money from her dad, $500,000. Right? I deserve to be arrested. I was about to plead guilty when Lily Lee suddenly said, "You guys misunderstood. He's my boyfriend. We were just joking around." The 2 police officers looked at each other, suspicious expressions, looking at me and Lily Lee. Dr. Kim chimed in. "I was there. I can testify. These 2 are just playing role-playing games. What are you guys interfering with?" "Really role-playing?" The 2 police officers looked at each other, at a loss. "And this ransom letter, it was written by me," Lily Lee said while eating watermelon. "Just wrote it for fun. My boyfriend found it interesting. If you don't believe it, you can compare the handwriting." Lily Lee's words were seamless. Could it be that any daughter would defend a kidnapper, helping him extort money from her own dad? The 2 police officers lectured us. Loving each other, wanting to be romantic is fine, but must pay attention to safety. Don't go to dangerous places like mountains, forests, rivers, seas to seek thrills. Okay? We won't disturb you anymore. You 2 rest and recover. Saying this, they left. I stared blankly at Lily Lee. Are you crazy? Lily Lee, haha, indeed the daughter of a wealthy family. Suddenly, a middle-aged woman in a long red dress, with an elegant air, smiling brightly, walked in. "When did you get a boyfriend?" "Mom." Lily Lee seemed annoyed. "Mom, no need to deny. Mom heard everything outside just now." Lily Lee's mom intimately pulled me to the side. "This boy looks quite cute, just his hair is a bit too oily, probably can scrape off a layer of plaster for the wall." I knew I hadn't washed my hair these past few days, so I could only smile awkwardly. She chattered nonstop, introducing all kinds of oil control shampoos to me, then rambling about Lily Lee. After talking for a while, she suddenly turned teary-eyed. "Boy, to be honest with you, Lily Lee, she has depression. Her mood is very erratic. If you can't accept it, then Annie won't force you to be with her." I shook my head. "Auntie, I'm okay. Lily Lee's personality is very good. She's just sick, and Dr. Kim also said she has a high chance of recovery." Lily Lee's mom wiped away tears. "Then that's good." We chatted a bit more. Lily Lee's mom said she had to go, reminded Lily Lee to call her dad. She recounted that Lily Lee's dad was on a business trip abroad. Yesterday received the ransom message, scared to the point of wanting to jump into the sea and swim back. Because he was on a business trip, Lily Lee's dad completely didn't receive my more than 10 ransom letters. After her mom left, I asked Lily Lee, "Where are my ransom letters?" She took a bite of watermelon. "I went home for a trip, put them all in the paper shredder." When Lily Lee got better, we went to the police station to make statements. On the way, Lily Lee reminded me, "Don't let slip. Your identity is my boyfriend." I said, "Lily Lee, thank you." She gently stroked my head. "No need to thank me, Sam. Relax. After I go home for a trip, the police won't suspect anything." You think about it. Is there any hostage who would personally go home, eagerly wanting to be kidnapped like this? I wiped away tears. No. I mean, Lily Lee, sorry. After finishing the statement, it was already evening. Lily Lee invited me to dinner. I refused, partly because I had to go back to take care of Luna, partly because I was afraid the longer I stayed with her, the more reluctant I would be to leave. Returning to the hospital, Luna was sleeping. I washed my face, just came out of the ward. I met Ben, holding test results. Returning, his expression was serious. He handed Luna's test results to me. "Luna's condition is getting worse. Must have a kidney transplant as soon as possible." I felt like I fell into an abyss. "You need money, really, but I still think you shouldn't." I interrupted him. "I didn't extort 500,000. Tears fell down. "I don't have 500,000. I'll never get 500,000 again." "Sam, what on earth happened?" I wiped away tears, told him everything. Ben's eyes welled up, hugged me tightly. "We'll think of another way. There will definitely be a way." Just as we were hugging and crying, Luna woke up. "Brother, why are you two crying?" I hurriedly wiped away tears. Brother is useless. Didn't buy lollipops for Luna. Brother, don't cry. I won't eat lollipops anymore. Seeing Luna being so understanding, I felt even more useless. If only my parents were still alive, surely they would have a way to save Luna. I sat watching cartoons with Luna. Maybe because of her illness, she fell asleep again. I checked my account. Only 20,000 left. I went to the cashier to pay the hospital fees for these past few days, but the staff said someone had already paid the hospital fees and even the kidney transplant surgery fee for Luna. I stood frozen in place. Who is it? Lily Lee. Don't know why. Just thinking of Lily Lee, my tears fell again. Sam. I turned around. It was Dr. Kim. She handed me a bag of medicine. Remember to give this to Lily Lee. I looked closely. On the medicine box was written fluoxetine hydrochloride capsules. I recognized it. This was antidepressant medication. Lily Lee. Lily Lee. The name sounded so clear and bright. Her smile was also so beautiful. Why would she have depression? I asked her, Dr. Kim, the hospital fees and surgery fee for my younger sister, Lily Lee paid for it? She was silent for a moment. Actually, I'm very curious. Why didn't you directly extort money from Lily Lee, but extorted money from her dad? I didn't expect her to sigh, patted my shoulder. Lily Lee, right now, she needs you very much. Saying this, she left. Suddenly, my phone alerted a WeChat message. I opened it to see. It was from Lily Lee. Sam, I like you. Don't refuse to have dinner with me again, okay? I stood there blankly. In my heart welled up indescribable emotions. I replied to her, Aren't you annoyed with me? I kidnapped you. Why would I be annoyed? After a while, Lily Lee asked, Do you like me? I hesitated, typed, Can I like you? Why can't you? Yes, 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 so much yes. Sam, love you. Looking at her excited reply, I couldn't hold back my tears. How lucky to have met her. I put away my phone, went to Dr. Kim's office in the psychiatry department. Dr. Kim, I want to ask, how to understand people with depression. I also want to learn more about depression. What books should I read? As soon as she heard this, Dr. Kim's eyes lit up. You and Lily Lee are together now. I smiled a bit too fast. Congratulations, congratulations. She said surprisingly. Actually, what people with depression need most is not pity, but understanding and companionship. I sat in front of Dr. Kim, attentively taking notes. Unknowingly, I had filled more than 10 pages of paper. That's all for today. I put down my pen, rubbed my hands, then hesitated to ask, Dr. Kim, why did Lily Lee save your name as Kim Doctor? She looked into the distance, as if lost in memories. Back then, Lily Lee and I were only 3 or 4 years old. One day, she ran over to tell me her dad had a throat problem, had bone spurs in his throat. I looked, saw her dad's throat had a lump sticking out, too worried. I heard plaster can treat bone spurs, so when her dad was asleep, I pasted plaster on his throat. I waited and waited for nearly half an hour, but the lump still didn't disappear. So I got angry, punched his throat. That day, I got a beating I'll never forget, cried like rain. Funny thing is, the next day, Lily Lee came again, asking me, Is plaster effective? Because her dad's throat also had a lump sticking out. I chuckled. I almost worried myself to death for her. Then I lied to her that it was very effective. She also did exactly as I did, but not only did she not get a beating, but her dad even patiently explained that it was Adam's apple. I burst out laughing. I almost got anxious for her. I ran to in front of Lily Lee, happily said, Lily Lee, the nickname you gave Dr. Kim is really fitting. Really? Then I'll also give you a nickname, okay? She smiled brightly. Sam, Bean Sprout, Toothless Grin. Lily Lee, you're bullying people. I pounced over, intending to playfully hit her, but she hugged me tightly. She laughed merrily, her eyes shining brightly. At that moment, I finally understood. It turns out, the hunter always appears in the guise of prey.